Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard, it's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump, because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes.
Wow. Because of you and your derangement of Trump. Wow. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Yeah, he called out the press this morning for their poor coverage of the Iran bombings, questioning their reliance on leaks. So, yeah, here's the question for you. Will Pete Hegseth calling out the press for the poor coverage actually going to fix the fake news? Or is it going to make them even more fake news? Well, as an Afghan war vet, a follower of Christ. And hey, with Mikey Glaze in studio today,
yo,
we got a lot to unpack. Yeah, we got this and so much more here today on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
What's going on? My name is Joe Padula. Yeah. Former Screaming Eagle soldier, the 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault. Yeah, hey, I may be a war veteran. I'm still a soldier, but now a soldier on the front lines in today's culture war. And what an honor it is to be fighting by your side. What up, Mikey?
what up, Joe?
Do you think Sec Def Pete will get the legacy media in line?
Oh,
It's a tough thing to do, man.
it is tough.
They are set in their ways. So how do you fix it? How do you make them report on the truth and not some leaks just because it makes someone look bad?
Just fire some of the news people.
What do you know about Pete? He lives in Tennessee?
Yeah, Middle Tennessee. I don't know where though.
And his birthday is
June 6th, 1980.
D-Day.
Yes.
As you say, a D-Day baby.
Yeah.
He's a D-Day baby.
My cousin, he's born on June 6th as well.
What's up, Ed? How you doing?
What's up, Ed?
Hey, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Do so now, and definitely be a part of today's conversations. Don't hold back. I need to know your true thoughts, your true opinions. True opinions. All right, here we go. Look at him. You suck. Yes, you. Yes, you suck. Oh, you suck too. Yeah, today at the Pentagon, SecDef Pete, and chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, okay, Dan Raisin Kane. Well, yeah, they were talking to reporters there, and they're about the historic success of last weekend's B-2 bombing run. Well, the press conference, a rarity for Hegseth, came within the days of CNN reporting that the U.S. strikes would not only set back Iran's nuclear sites just by a couple of months, but they weren't even really that effective. Well, the report backs Iran nuclear sites by, these reports. They cited 7 individuals, briefed on a battle damage assessment done by the Defense Intelligence Agency, also known as DIA. Almost DEI. Almost. Yeah, of the Iranian site. So Pete, he calls out their recent spins on good news stories about Trump in an attempt to, make Trump and his team look bad. Take a look at this.
You see, we're here this morning because in hunting for scandals all the time, in trying to find wedges and spin stories, this press corps and the press corps miss historic moments. You miss historic moments like 5% at NATO, which
when you hear,
I was in the closed-door briefing. I wish there could have been cameras in there. When you heard the prime ministers and presidents of other countries, to a man and to a woman, looking at President Trump and saying, this never could have happened. Never would have happened.
Daddy.
It seemed impossible 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 8 years ago. But here we are because of your leadership. If you asked them the question, I bet they'd say the same thing. But searching for scandals, you miss historic moments, like recruiting at the Pentagon.
Uh-huh.
Historic levels in the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy. Yeah, maybe there'll be a little mention here or there, but because it was under President Trump's leadership, because Americans are responding to him as commander-in-chief, the press corps doesn't want to write about him.
I hate him right now.
God bless you too.
I hate him.
Who's that?
Pete.
You hate Pete?
Yeah.
Why do you hate Pete?
He didn't mention the Marines. What's up?
Well, they don't do much.
Hey, watch it.
Army leads the way, except on this one. This was all Air Force, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, here, let's take a look. So this next clip here, okay? I got a question for you, Mikey. Did President Trump direct the most complex and secretive military operation in history?
Did he?
President Trump directed the most complex and secretive military operation in history.
He did.
And it was a resounding success, resulting in a ceasefire agreement and the end of the 12-day war. There's been a lot of discussion about what happened and what didn't happen. Step back for a second. Because of decisive military action, President Trump created the conditions to end the war, decimating, choose your word, obliterating, destroying Iran's nuclear capabilities. Still, this report acknowledges it's likely severe damage. Again, this is preliminary, but leaked because someone had an agenda to try to muddy the waters and make it look like this historic strike wasn't successful. I'm going to get to the chairman in a moment because he's going to lay out the particulars for you.
Yeah. So once again, just a quick recap, okay? Someone at DIA, okay, in the Pentagon, all right, they took a report and they sent it to CNN, right? Mm-hmm. In order to make it look like, oh, this wasn't much. But check this out, all right? Pete keeps going into the media, calling them out. Like, SecDef Pete then points out the media face to face and by name on their Trump derangement syndrome.
Just bring the belt.
The DIA that put that report out says this is a preliminary low-confidence report and will continue to be refined as additional intelligence becomes available. How about the Israeli Atomic Energy Commission?
Let me backtrack a bit. This is actually a bunch of agencies confirming it was successful, despite what the leaks were trying to insinuate. And he even brings up the leaks said the leaks don't say it wasn't a good, successful mission. It was just an initial report. Here, take a look at Pete.
The DIA that put that report out
DIA.
says this is a preliminary low-confidence report and will continue to be refined as additional intelligence becomes available.
Right.
How about the Israeli Atomic Energy Commission?
Yeah, what'd they say?
The devastating U.S. strikes on Fordow destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility inoperable.
Oh.
Have any of these quotes made their way into the New York Times or the Washington Post?
Did they?
MSNBC? CNN? Any of these quotes? How about this one? This is a new one from the UN, the United Nations.
They're weak
No
as
friend of
hell.
the United States, or certainly Israel often. Here's the head of the UN Atomic Energy Agency this morning, Rafael Grossi.
They don't like us.
U.S. and Israeli strikes caused enormous damage to Iran's nuclear sites. Don't take my word for it. How about the IDF's chief of staff? I can say here that the assessment is that we significantly damaged the nuclear program, setting it back by years. I repeat, years.
Years.
The Iranian foreign minister,
Should have been centuries.
the spokesman. Our nuclear installations have been badly damaged, that's for sure. I'm sure that's an understatement.
That's coming from
John
Iran.
Radcliffe, the director of the CIA, putting out a statement just last night. CIA can confirm that a body of credible intelligence indicates Iran's nuclear program has been severely damaged by recent targeted strikes. This includes new intelligence from a historically reliable, very different than preliminary assessment with low confidence. He's saying historically reliable and accurate source and method that several key Iranian nuclear facilities were destroyed and would have to be rebuilt over the course of years. CIA continues to collect additional reliably sourced information to keep appropriate decision makers fully informed. How about DNI Tulsi Gabbard yesterday?
Tulsi.
Oh,
She writes, and I
Love me some Tulsi.
too bad she's married.
I hear it's love on the rocks.
Don't believe that.
I hear it's love on the rocks.
I don't want to hear it. 'Cause I know you try to make the first move.
What's up, Tulsi? Unblock me from Instagram already.
Quote, new intelligence confirms what POTUS has stated numerous times. Iran's nuclear facilities have been destroyed.
Destroyed.
Institute for Science and International Security President David Albright.
Okay.
Overall, Israel and U.S. attacks have effectively destroyed Iran's centrifuge enrichment program. Time and time again, I can go down the list.
Agency
Those
by
that
agency.
understand, those that see,
Department
those
by
that
department.
do proper assessments recognize that what the United States military did was historic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
according to CNN, though.
Not according to CNN or the Ayatollah himself.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Ed, what did he say today, the Ayatollah? The Ayatollah rock and roll? What did he say? Did you see that the supreme leader of Iran is saying that he slapped us in the face today? Oh, did he?
That's what he said.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why, did he
Translation.
Did he fire off missiles?
Right after after bombing, they shot a missile over Qatar.
Yeah, no, I know that. I mean, since the ceasefire.
Yeah.
No, since the ceasefire took place, did Iran shoot anything?
No.
No. All right.
Well, you know how he is. He denied it.
Keep slapping us. Yeah, that's right. CNN, the communist news network, right. All right, here we go. This is now Pete face-to-face calling him out, name by name.
Finish him.
Finish him.
Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard. It's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump. Because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective. Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented them isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leaked information, and then spin it. Spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful. How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours?
Well,
Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is?
How do you poo?
Have we done it 2 or 3 times?
They got a toilet.
So that American people understand. How about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35? Or what?
how do they wipe?
They got some wipes.
They're flying a plane.
They got some wipes.
They're flying a B-2 bomber.
They got everything inside.
All right.
I told you.
I don't want to distract from the story. It's just a
there you go.
question.
Just keep going.
Just a
Keep
question.
going.
And have you ever seen Tulsi without the cover up on, says Ed. Yeah, she's even more beautiful. I love divots.
What it's like to man a Patriot battery, or how hard it is to refuel midair, giving the American people an understanding of how complex and sophisticated this mission really was.
Right?
There are so many aspects of what our brave men and women did that, because of the hatred of this press corps, are undermined because your people are trying to leak and spin that it wasn't successful. It's irresponsible.
They just hate Trump.
And folks in this room
They can't stand them.
are privy to that information because of the proximity here in the Pentagon. It's an important responsibility. And time again, classified information is leaked or peddled for political purposes to try to make the president look bad. And what's really happening is you're undermining the success of incredible B-2 pilots and incredible F-35 pilots and incredible refuelers and incredible air defenders who accomplished their mission, set back a nuclear program in ways that other presidents would have dreamed. How about we celebrate that? How about we talk about how special America
Roland?
is, that we have
can
these
say-
capabilities? I think it's too much to ask, unfortunately, for the fake news. So we're used to that. But we also have an opportunity to stand at the podium and read the truth of what's really happening.
Or just being hypocrites.
KG says in the comments, Fox is the only one that truly covered this mission. Actually, Pete calls out Fox News.
He did.
I got that clip coming up. Stay tuned, all right? It's very
I
interesting.
wonder who from Fox got to say something negative.
So this beast of a man right here, okay, this is Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Raisin Kane. He then takes the microphone, and since the media hasn't reported on it, he first talked about the amazing defense of the base of Qatar that Mikey was talking about earlier. When after the B-2 bombs dropped those bunker busters, Iran's like, oh, we got to do something. Let's shoot some rockets at Qatar, the base in Qatar.
Right.
Let us call Qatar. Hi, Qatar, this is Iran. Yeah. We just got a new butthole installed, and we have to do something. You mind if we fire some missiles at you guys? Qatar. Hi, Iran. How's it going? Oh, hey, Hans. Hey, Iran. Hold on. Let me call the U.S. first, see if it's okay. Hello? Oh, what's up, Qatar? How you doing, all right? Yeah, sure. Just make sure they don't hit anything, all right? All right, I'll talk to you later. Yes, Iran? I just got off the phone with U.S. This is Qatar. Yeah, you can shoot them. Yeah, just don't hit anything. Oh, and guess what? All your stuff is going to get shut down anyway. So, okay.
Not all.
Well, one landed
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Right. They let it go because they're like, oh, its trajectory is about to land in a poo pond or something. Let it land in the poo pond. But yeah, Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, this guy. So yeah, he wanted to set the story straight on he first went into the amazing soldiers, how little there were. There were like only 44 soldiers at the base actually at the time.
Dang.
Defending using the Patriot missiles.
Yeah.
Right, because everyone else was on the perimeter outside of the base. So yeah, about 44 young soldiers, enlisted and officers. Yeah, but then he filled us in on something very important called DITRA. DITRA? Ever hear of it? Mm-mm. DITRA. D-I-T-R-A. So, Mike, you never heard of DITRA?
No.
I just learned about it today and how important this is to mission success. Here, let's take a look.
There's an organization in the U.S. called the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, DITRA. DITRA does a lot of things for our nation, but DITRA is the world's leading expert on deeply buried underground targets. In 2009, a Defense Threat Reduction Agency officer was brought into a vault at an undisclosed location and briefed on something going on in Iran. For security purposes, I'm not going to share his name. He was shown some photos.
His name is Mikey Glaze, and that's why we have him in the studio today. So thank you for your service, Mikey.
Oh, you're
Going
very
to share his name. He was shown some photos and some highly classified intelligence of what looked like a major construction project in the mountains of Iran. He was tasked to study this facility, work with the intelligence community to understand it, and he was soon joined by an additional teammate. For more than 15 years, this officer and his teammate lived and breathed this single target, Fordo, a critical element of Iran's covert nuclear weapons program. He studied the geology. He watched the Iranians dig it out. He watched the construction, the weather, the discard material, the geology, the construction materials, where the materials came from. He looked at the vent shaft, the exhaust shaft, the electrical systems, the environmental control systems, every nook, every crater, every piece of equipment going in and every piece of equipment going out. They literally dreamed about this target at night when they slept. They thought about it driving back and forth to work, and they knew from the very first days what this was for.
Imagine that was your job.
Ooh.
Okay, here it is. Listen, they're building this underground in the mountain nuclear bomb-making plant, okay? And you guys have got to come up and figure out a way how we're able to design, create, and then implement missiles that can do this. That's your job. That's your job. You're like, oh, my God. What happens if I don't do my job? You don't want to know. So?
You do not build a multi-layered underground bunker complex with centrifuges and other equipment in a mountain for any peaceful purpose.
You know what? Yeah, Mikey, okay, you're right. For the record, Mikey Glaze was not the creator of the bunker buster bombs that were able to annihilate the Iranian nuclear sites. For the record.
For the record.
It wasn't you, so you don't have Iranians coming after you like it's Back to the Future and you're Doc Brown. Oh, wait. Those were Libyans. Sorry.
Yeah.
Those were Libyans. Lesbians. Sorry. I didn't mean to say lesbians. It's Libyans.
They weren't able to discuss this with their family, their wives, their kids, their friends, but they just kept grinding it out. And along the way, they realized we did not have a weapon that could adequately strike and kill this target. So they began a journey to work with industry and other tacticians to develop the GBU-57. They tested it over and over again, tried different options, tried more after that. They accomplished hundreds of test shots and dropped many full-scale weapons against extremely realistic targets for a single purpose: kill this target at the time and place of our nation's choosing.
Wow. So that's how the creation of this bunker buster unfolded. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, this next clip here, okay, Joint Chiefs of Staff Dan Raisin Kane then provides some details on Operation Midnight Hammer. What a great name, huh?
Yeah.
Operation Midnight Hammer.
That's right.
Sounds like the name of an adult film, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Operation
Interracial adult film.
it's interracial, interrace adult film.
Yeah.
Selling dolomite.
Yeah.
All right, here, take a look.
Let me talk about the graphic a little bit. And the GBU-57, which all of you I know is a 30,000-pound weapon.
The GBU-57, that's the bunker buster that they created for this exact mission.
That's a huge
pound
one,
weapon. Dropped only, was
how
a
many
30,000-pound weapon.
30,000 pounds.
Dropped only by the B-2.
Yeah, because only the B-2 bombers can carry it.
Right.
30
No B-52s,
No.
no B-1s.
That's crazy.
30,000-pound weapon.
30,000 pounds.
Dropped only by the B-2. It's comprised of steel,
It's a lesbian.
explosive, and a fuse, programmed bespokely each weapon to achieve a particular effect inside the target. Each weapon had a unique desired impact angle, arrival, final heading, and a fuse setting. The fuse is effectively what tells the bomb when to function. A longer delay in a fuse, the deeper the weapon will penetrate and drive into the target. So on Fort.
Yeah. Midnight Hammer starring Mikey Glaze. What an amazing technology. It has a fuse inside of it. So the 30,000-pound bomb hits, okay? It doesn't explode. It just drills into the ground. Just drilling into concrete. Beautiful drill. Drill, baby, drill. And then the fuse goes off, and it's already... And it's traveling, what, 1,000 feet per second? That's crazy. Then the other one is going down that hole that's already made, and now it's making an even deeper hole. It's Operation Midnight Hammer in that hole. Sorry, Mikey Glaze. And then that thing goes off. And then the other one comes in the hole. It's amazing.
It
Drill,
was
baby,
six.
drill.
It was six of them.
Six of them. Here, check this out. He has more.
In June of 2008, you can see these three holes depicted here.
No comment. No comment. I respect this man. No comment.
Is the main exhaust shaft.
So here's what it is. The main exhaust shaft. See this image right here? Mm-hmm. Okay. So these are the main exhaust shaft. And what the Iranians did, okay, is they started, because they knew this was coming. And so what did they do? They started pouring concrete over to create shelter. We don't know how much concrete, but they wanted this covered because they knew if these bunker busters start coming in, they're full.
With two additional ventilation shafts on either side. The United States decided to strike these two ventilation shafts, as seen here on the main graphic, as the primary point of entry into the mission space. In the days
Hey, camera dude, zoom into this while he's talking about
I know.
this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing, cameraman?
preceding the attack against Fordo, the Iranians attempted to cover the shafts with concrete to try to prevent an attack. I won't share the specific dimensions of the concrete cap, but you should know that we know
It was girthy.
what the dimensions of those concrete caps were. The planners had to account for this. They accounted for everything.
The Millennium Falcon, the B-52? Oh, boy.
The cap was forcibly removed by the first weapon.
So, okay, so the first one comes in, gets rid of the cap, the concrete cap.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's
and it's gone.
And the main shaft was uncovered. Weapon.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I respect them. Daddies! Hut!
2, 3, 4, 5 were tasked to enter the main shaft. 3, 4, 5.
All right, so 1 takes out the cover. 2,
were
3,
tasked
4,
to enter
5.
the main shaft, move down into the complex at greater than 1,000 feet per second.
1,000 feet per second. Mikey. That's how he's got to start drilling, is just send these bunker bombs. I know they're expensive. I know they're pricey.
And explode in the mission space. Weapon number 6 was designed on each side, so there were 6 on each side.
Okay, right,
Weapons
right.
number 6 was designed as a flex weapon to allow us to cover if one of the preceding jets or one of the preceding weapons did not work. All 6 weapons at each vent at Fordo went exactly where they were intended to go. A bomb has 3 effects that causes damage.
1,000 feet per second, man. Wow.
Blast, fragmentation, and overpressure. In this case, the primary kill mechanism in the mission space was a mix of overpressure and blast, ripping through the open tunnels and destroying critical hardware.
Gaping.
Hatties!
That is.
The majority of the damage we assessed based on our extensive modeling was a blast layer combined with the impulse extending from the shock. Imagine what this looks like 6 times over. A point that I want to make here. The Joint Force
What's
does
up on
not
that?
do BDA. By design, we don't grade our own homework.
BDA, that's the after assessment, right?
The intelligence community does.
So the intelligence committee does, a battlefield damage assessment. That's what BDA stands for. Not the black. All right, here we go. Okay, so next one, Joint Chiefs of Staff Dan Raisin Kane then provides some details on the service members used in the Operation Midnight Hammer. Mikey, do you know that there was a female pilot on board?
Yep.
You think she's cute?
She look cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the picture too.
Oh, there's a picture of her?
I saw it, but I didn't post it.
Oh, where'd you see it?
Facebook.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
But here's what we know following the attacks and the strikes on Fordo. First, that the weapons were built, tested, and loaded properly.
A mile deep in 5 seconds, that thing goes. They're talking about the bomb.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up, Billy. What up, Annette?
2, the weapons were released on speed and on parameters.
And on top of it, I mean, how many thousands of feet in the air are the planes?
Ooh, say it was 60,000.
And they're dropping it into this hole, nailing it, like precision. It's amazing. Like there has to be someone down there with a laser guiding it.
No,
That's amazing.
they got these fins. They they control the
Yeah.
They control the direction of the target.
And I guess the fins are somewhat connected to GPS, and it's satellites telling it where to go. And
Yep.
wow, amazing.
3, the weapons all guided to their intended targets and to their intended aim points. 4, the weapons
What they should do is start putting cameras on these bombs.
Oh, they did.
Yeah?
I think they got some cameras on the bombs, cause like during like Rocky Freedom or
Yeah.
or Desert Storm, they do have those cameras. When they
But
go
those
to the
cameras
target.
are from the planes, from the choppers, and from the planes and the jets.
Yeah.
I want cameras on the bombs. I want to.
Yeah. see the target just go.
Functioned as
Yeah.
designed, meaning they exploded. And we know this through other means, intelligence means that we have that were visibly, we were visibly able to see them. And we know that the trailing jets saw the first weapons function, and the pilots stated, quote, "This was the brightest explosion that I've ever seen. It literally looked like daylight." They were male and female aviators on this mission. And a crew member told me when I talked to them on video the other day that this felt like the Super Bowl. The thousands of scientists, airmen, and maintainers all coming.
I want to make a sexist joke, but I don't want to.
No.
Especially now that I see Annette's in the comments.
She gonna kill you.
But it's a good one, though.
It better be a good one.
Well, let's just say, I'll give you a hint of what it was going to be. Ever have, what's that candy called? It's like Laffy Taffy. It's air. What is that?
Airheads.
Yeah, Airhead. Right. Yeah, I like Airhead as a candy. I think that's a good candy. I bet the male pilot also liked Airhead as a candy.
Don't you try that. Don't you try it.
Do you think he got some Airheads?
Hey,
All right.
They were male
Sorry,
and female
you're right, I'm
aviators on this mission.
It's not too bad.
And a crew member told me when I talked to them on video the other day that this felt like the Super
That's right,
Bowl.
Roland.
The thousands of scientists, airmen, and maintainers all coming together. One last story about people. When the crews went to work on Friday, they kissed their loved ones goodbye, not knowing when or if they'd be home. Late on Saturday night, their families became aware of what was happening. And on Sunday, when those jets returned from Whiteman, their families were there. Flags flying and tears flowing. I have chills literally talking about this. The jets rejoined into a formation of 4 airplanes, followed by a formation of 3, and came up overhead Whiteman, proudly in the traffic pattern.
So it's 4 planes total?
3.
3?
Yeah. 6 bombs. 2 each.
Formation of 3, and came.
One plane that was for cover?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 total, 3 bombers, and 1.
Talking
It said
about
6
this.
total.
Oh, here.
The jets rejoined into a formation of 4 airplanes, followed by a formation of 3, and came up overhead Whiteman, proudly in the traffic pattern, pitching out to land right over the base, and landing to the incredible cheers of their families who sacrifice and serve right alongside their family members. Like I said, there were a lot of flags and a lot of tears.
Beautiful. So the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Raisin Kane, then gives a warning to other nations who want to F around and find out. What was your
I'm trying to figure out. Nope. That wasn't it.
And one last thing. Our adversaries around the world should know that there are other DTRA team members out there studying targets for the same amount of time.
Yeah, China. You hear that, China? There's other DTRA teams out there studying other mountains out there.
China.
1,000. What was it? 1,000 miles an hour? 1,000 feet per second?
Yes.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
They won't mention the female's pilot name, but I saw the picture. I don't know if it's AI or for real.
No, it was Specialist Airhead. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's her name, Specialist Airhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll salute her.
You would.
Ed says that they dropped dropped 12 today.
Today?
What do you mean they dropped 12 today?
You mean
Ed?
Sunday?
I don't know. He said today.
Nope. This was Sunday.
All right, so here we go. Annette. So the next clip I'm going to show you here is Secretary of Defense Pete. Okay, he's back now. And he brings back up the leaks to the media again and how the leakers have an agenda. That's why they leak. You know, if they didn't have an agenda, they wouldn't be leaking stuff.
Right.
I'm sure they're getting some pay as well.
When someone leaks something, they do it with an agenda. And when you leak a portion of an intelligence assessment, but just a little portion, just a little portion
Just a
that makes
little
it seem like maybe
Little
the
bit,
strike wasn't
just a little
effective,
bit.
Yes.
then you start a news cycle, whether it's the Washington Post or Fox News or CNN or MSNBC, you start a news cycle that starts to call into question the ethics. No, that's why. So you bring the chairman here, who's not involved in politics. He didn't do politics. That's
okay.
my lane to
Gotcha.
understand and translate and talk about those types of things. So I can.
Yeah, 6 on the yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but Edit Red goes. I mean, they reported today that they dropped 12 on Sunday. Yes, 6 on the one side. There was 2 air vents, and 6 on one air vent and 6 on the other air vent. So yes, 12 total. Right.
Use the word obliterated. He could use defeat, destroyed, assess,
As far as I'm understanding this.
all of those things. But ultimately, we're here to clarify what these weapons are capable of, which any.
Oh, Annette, get over it. She's got a thing for Pete Hegseth.
Hey, ain't no shame. Hey, he's married. Don't be doing nothing crazy, because I don't want to hear nothing on CNN talking about he's cheating on her.
He's no Tulsi.
Anyone with,
that's messed
two
up.
two eyes, some ears, and a brain can recognize that kind of firepower with that specificity at that location and others is going to have a devastating effect. So we all recognize there will be days and weeks ahead. That's why yesterday I said, if you want to know what's going on at Fort O, you better go there and get a big shovel. Because no one's under there right now. No one's under there able to assess, and everyone's using reflections of what they see. And that's why the Israelis, the Iranians, the IAEA, the UN, to a man and to a woman who recognize the capability of this weapon system are acknowledging how destructive it's been. So that's what's changed.
Okay. So next up is going to be this is going to be SecDef Pete there. He then takes questions from the press corps, right? And yeah, so he was asked if the initial reports on a successful bombing campaign were wrong.
So Mike Glenn with the Washington Times.
Yes, sir.
Washington
Thank you.
Times.
Anybody who's ever read a battalion
Calm down,
S2
Nick.
report after a fight knows that it's usually, the initial report is usually wrong, sometimes grossly so. Is what happened in this incident caused y'all to sort of rethink the intelligence process or the dissemination, or do you think it's just a matter, I mean, if the process itself doesn't require any more adjustment?
Well, I can tell you what the chairman told me in the Situation Room and reminded us all, which is alongside what you just said, sir, is that the first reports are almost always wrong. They're almost always incomplete, right? Anything, whether it's a squad level operation or a strategic level operation, the initial reflections you get are coming at you at a high rate of speed from a lot of different sources. So your job is to step back and assess them. And that's why we're urging caution about premising entire stories on biased leaks to biased publications trying to make something look bad. How about we take a beat, recognize first the success of our warriors, hold them up, tell their stories, celebrate that.
Yeah, but that would make Trump look good. You can't make Trump look good.
No, you can't. To them, no.
No, I'm pro CNN now. We can't make Trump look good. I'm Joe MSNBC Padula now. Yeah, I agree with the media.
Wave an American flag,
Joe
be proud of what we
Scarborough.
accomplished.
Joe Scarborough, yeah.
And in the meantime, I can assure you, the chairman and his staff, the intelligence community,
Yeah, the initial report was an earthquake in Iran.
our staff and others
Rolling.
are doing all the assessments necessary to make sure that mission was indeed successful.
There you go. All right, so what do we got next here? He gets a question about Iran and the future of their nuclear program. Let's take a look at this.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Iran has recognized that their nuclear program was indeed severely damaged, but they also said that the U.S. strikes only strengthened their ability and their determination to complete their nuclear program. How do you respond to that, sir? Is that a provocation from Iran?
Well, I would say Iran's going to have to say a lot of things.
At least he doesn't drink from the water bottle like Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh,
Marco?
yeah.
But I got to look that up here in a bit. The Marco Rubio water bottle.
Well, I would say Iran's going to have to say a lot of things right
like
now
Marco, though,
in
no.
order to bolster their image, especially internally. You know, in the media, there's a lot of things they'll say for domestic consumption. But we're watching very closely what they do. Again, that's the intel community. Our job as the chairman, the chairman laid it out so beautifully. Our job is to be prepared. And how proud are you? How proud am I? I didn't know the full story of those men and women 15 years ago who've been pointing at that target. That makes me proud to be an American. That's an awesome story. I hope we can tell more aspects of that in an unclassified way in the
Marco's
future.
killing it.
Oh, there she go.
That's a great thing to know. Our job is to be prepared.
Little Marco, little Marco.
Oh, I like what Marco did.
Yeah, yeah. Here, real quick, we'll finish this up and then we'll find that Marco Rubio thing. Then I got some trivia questions for you.
Yeah.
Maybe everyone in the comments can help out Mikey Glaze answer some questions because he needs it.
Yeah, I need the knowledge.
So here we go. Now this one, so the SecDef, okay, SecDef Pete, then gets a question about what if Iran moved the enriched uranium before the bombings of Operation Midnight Hammer took place. Right? Did you hear that? That Iran said, yeah, it's all right, you bombed it, but we got rid of everything prior to. So this question comes up.
It's about highly enriched uranium. Do you have certainty that all the highly enriched uranium was inside?
Oh, wait.
She's from Fox News.
Yeah, she's from Fox. Let me tell you something. She does not like Pete. Pete does not like her.
No wonder.
Okay? Watch this.
Uh-oh.
Watch this. What's her name?
Oh, shoot. I think
Anyone know in the comments what her name is?
Jennifer Griffin.
Is that it?
I think that's her.
Here, take a look at this.
The Fordo Mountain, or some of it, because there were satellite photos that showed more than a dozen trucks there 2 days in advance. Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect, but Jennifer, you've been about the worst.
Yep, it's Jennifer Griffin.
The one who misrepresents.
Did you see that?
Oh.
See what he said to her?
Yeah.
Jennifer, you've been about the worst.
You've been about
The one who misrepresents the most intentionally.
What? Former Fox host going after a current Fox reporter?
Oh, yeah.
And she's not happy. She's not having it. Look at this.
Oh, man.
She goes back. She goes, Shaggy? Right. She turned into Scooby-Doo for a second. Did you see that? Shaggy?
One who misrepresents the most intentionally. The one who misrepresents the most intentionally.
Try to do the remix.
What the president says. I'm familiar.
Report about the ventilation shafts on Saturday night. And in fact, I was the first to describe the B-2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy. So I take issue with that.
I appreciate you acknowledging
You
that
have
this was the
issues.
the most successful
I did.
mission based on.
Oh, she's triggered.
Oh, she's triggered.
Is she a leftist?
I think so.
I don't know much about her.
I seen her before. I seen her on Fox News. I know she do some reports, but I never seen her do some left leaning.
When women have haircuts like Eminem, I don't trust them.
She had some condition.
I
back
hear
then.
you, but I just don't trust her. Look at her triggered eyes.
Yeah, she had a condition. I think she had cancer. That's why she shaved her head. Then she
She keeps her hair like this though.
She's old.
No, is she old?
Yeah.
She looks young. She does not look old. She looks mad.
Yeah, and old, looking like Madam.
No.
That puppet, Madam.
on operational security that this department has done since you've been here, and I appreciate that. So
Absolutely.
we're
She's
looking at
out
all
there a lot,
aspects of
says
intelligence and
that.
making sure we have a
I just
sense
don't know
of
much
what
about
was
her.
where.
All I know is she's not
It's
happy.
about highly enriched uranium.
She's not happy with
No,
Pete.
she is not happy. I bet she was happy when he's not on Fox News no more.
Yeah, I don't think they like each other.
They respect each other, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm familiar.
All right, so that one. We got this one now. SecDef Pete then gets a woke question
Oh, here we go.
about being sexist when he calls the troops our boys.
Sexist.
All right, look at this. This one's a little
Who
ridiculous.
said that? That's what I want to know.
Oh, and that's breaking up with Pete Hegseth now. Yep, it's over.
Oh,
It's a tragedy for me to see that the dream is over.
you supposed to lip sync to that song.
And I'll never will forget the day we met. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. What was that, Milli Vanilli, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Allegedly.
sure that's Milli Vanilli?
Yeah, whoever it was.
Acknowledge the female pilots that also participated in this mission. The early messages that you sent out only congratulated the boys.
So when I say something like our boys and bombers, see, this is the kind of thing the press does, right?
Right? Come on. What's wrong with her? You didn't address the women. What?
The female pilots that also participated in this mission. The early messages that the female pilots that also.
First of all, pilot. That's not pilots. Pilot.
Ah, that's a big one.
Okay, ma'am. All right.
It's ma'am.
And to be honest with you, the female pilot was there because someone needed to make sandwiches. Okay?
Us sexists would say.
Somebody had to fold the laundry. This was a long flight.
I'm done with you.
All right? Who was going to bring the food service, right? Someone had to push the service cart.
I got nothing to say.
Acknowledge the female pilots that also participated in this mission. The early messages that you sent out only congratulated the boys.
So when I say something like our boys and bombers, see, this is the kind of thing the press does, right?
Yeah, it was a
Of course,
joke. It
the
was a
chairman
joke.
mentioned a female bomber pilot. That's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's a hero. I want more female bomber pilots. I hope the men and women of our country sign up to do such brave and audacious things. But when you spin it as
Yeah, somebody had to give foot rubs. Do you know what I mean? This is a long flight. Listen, one team, one fight. And where's my hot towel?
Annette is mad at you right now.
This is stuff Mikey was telling me before we went live.
That's a
Okay,
lie.
So I don't
That's
know.
a lie.
I don't know
That's a
what
lie.
he's upset about.
That's a
because I say
lie.
our boys and bombers is a common phrase. I'll keep saying things like that, whether they're men or women. Very proud of that female pilot.
Yeah.
Just like I'm very proud of those male pilots. And I don't care if it's a male or a female. And
Yeah, I don't care as long as the dishes get done. I don't care what the sex is. And I'm glad she was there on mission.
She is mad. Here come the cancel
in that cockpit, and the American people don't care. But it's the obsession with race
Yeah,
and gender
I agree with you on this.
in this department that's changed priorities. We don't do that anymore. We don't play your little games. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Ed, that's a no.
Yeah. It's not called a cockpit for a reason, right? Cockpit. But yeah, he's right. I mean, this lady brings up a question. Hey, you said the boys and bombers. It's a phrase, okay? It's like, what I see ladies playing trivia. Hey, how you guys doing?
See?
You know what I mean? It's not sexist. It's just speech. But she gets all triggered by it. She's probably the one who dropped the bombs. It could be.
Yeah, she could
She
be.
could be, depending if
Yeah.
it was that time of the month or not. Abort mission. Something's leaking.
I hate you. I hate you.
We have a leak. Abort.
Yeah, Joe, you need a woman in your life. That's what Annette said. You
Yeah.
need a woman in your life.
Yeah. No, I have a woman in my life. She was on this mission. That's how I know the inside story. It's good. She made them Rice Krispie treats. Extra marshmallow. All right, so in closing, they were talking about transparency, okay, and we do got to wrap it up. But I want to tell you this. Okay, so it was all said and done. They said thank you, goodbye, okay, they're walking off. You know how normally after, when they start leaving, everyone starts yelling their questions out,
Yeah.
right? Hey, what about this? But this time, it was silent.
Oh, thank goodness.
I wonder if the media is, I don't know, are they learning? Do they feel a little regret for reporting on leak fake news? Because listen, look at this. And that girl, she's a Griffin or whatever. What's her name?
Jennifer Griffin?
Oh, wait till you see it when she walks out.
Oh, man. Please.
She's pissed.
Oh, man.
Take a look.
Talk a little bit more about your role, sir.
This?
Nothing. No yelling questions. Listen to them. Oh.
Here she comes.
Check this out. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at that.
Ooh, look like she about to cry.
Yeah, I don't know. She's mad.
Ooh.
Yep, she ain't happy.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Yeah, they know that this admin doesn't play, right, in that. Right. Mike doesn't count as a woman. Mike, you don't count as a woman.
I'm not a woman.
Okay. Well, no, I know you're not.
I'm not a man.
So, yeah, Pete. Hegseth calls out the media on their coverage of the Iran bombs. I think he needed to. I think what the media was reporting on with this leaked information that was picked apart, and we're just going to use this part of the leak and report on it.
I'm surprised. Oh yeah, I'm surprised. Since it was Trump's order to drop the bombs, good thing he didn't mention it. It was his choice. The other ones.
Well, I find it refreshing that someone in command is calling out the fake media and asking, why not report the good things when they happen? Why do they have to hate Trump and his team so much? Well, here's why they have to hate Trump. Because they're losing power, influence, and money. All the things that drive them on a daily basis, right? That's what they're on their mind when they wake up, instead of faith, family, and country.
And they don't want none of that.
No, they want influence. They want power. They want money.
And they want illegals.
Well, they should know that Christ is king. And let me tell you this. Nobody prays harder for peace than the American soldier. Absolutely. All right, Mikey. Hey, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, the whole bits. Waterdogs.scuba.com. I got some trivia questions for you. All right? You should go scuba diving.
I gotta learn how to swim. I can't swim.
You can't swim? Water Dogs will teach you. And you can use your military education benefits for them to do it.
I would love that.
Yo, bro. Waterdogs.scuba.com. Telling you, veteran-owned, veteran-friendly. I mean, especially with using your military education benefits to help take care of it all. Because I could see you going scuba diving with underwater cameras. Because you're very good at photography. And I think you should go check it out. They do all these trips.
I want to go skydiving too.
Do it. Do it. Skydive into water.
Yes.
Yes. Clarksville's third base. Monday nights, I do trivia there on 7 p.m. It's more of a game show than trivia. Everyone loves it. It's a good time. I'm glad they love it. Glad they love it. You should come out one night.
I need to.
Yeah, can you do a Monday night? No? 7 o'clock? All right. Well, everyone else can. Come join us. All right, next up. O'Connor's. Trivia on Tuesdays, cash prizes. Why don't you do it Tuesday night?
Can't do it.
You can't do it Tuesday night?
Nope.
But everyone's coming out Tuesday nights.
I work.
They want the cash.
I work.
Call in sick.
I wish I could.
And make some money. Make some cash.
I could have went there last time when I was on my vacation.
Yeah, this is true. But yeah, O'Connor's Trivia, cash prizes Tuesdays, 7 o'clock, over there at Exit 1. I love it over there.
Oh, yeah.
Good times. Greg actually played. The owner?
Yeah.
Greg played. Yeah. Good. Wednesday. How about Wednesdays?
I need to go.
Can you pick Wednesday, 7 p.m.?
I'm off Wednesday.
You're off Wednesday?
Yeah.
Why don't you come to Skyline 500 Rooftop Trivia, downtown Clarksville?
I'll try.
It's fantastic there. Packed houses now, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's good times. What about Thursdays?
Woo, not this Thursday.
No. Tonight's wicked good. I love the trivia. I love the food there.
Whew.
So good. So good. But yeah.
Approach. The food, delicious and affordable. So bring your team and have a beer and enjoy it all.
I need to talk to him.
See that?
I want to talk to him.
Isn't that cool?
I'm going to ask him if he knows you.
Yeah, of course he did. He just gave me a nice endorsement. Mm-hmm. Dr. Jordan Peterson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope next week, I hope you
PM.
meet Thomas
Joe
Sowell.
Padula is the host, and I learn things while laughing.
See that?
Yeah. I hope you meet Thomas Sowell, too.
I could do that.
Okay.
I'll do that for next week.
Okay.
I'll get me some